Dr. Chapman, thank you for letting me come up and have a small part in this celebration. I want to welcome all of you here today, especially those that actually attended Ennis High School in this building. Congratulations. You know, we had two sons graduate in 1979 from this building and also one in 1981, so this building means a whole lot to us. We moved to Ennis in 1976. Mr. Harlan Dolphin was a great schoolman, by the way, was superintendent at that time. And Mr. Dolphin brought me up here one day and he said, he told me about the bond issue that had failed the year before by one vote. And he said, Bob, I want you to help me get another bond issue started, and I want it passed for a new high school building. And then he looked at me and said, here are your keys to this building. Now, I don't know if you can see this, but there's about 40 or 50 keys here. I found out real quick, every outside door to this building had to be locked with a chain and a padlock. Every room that had a lock on it in the building had a separate key. And it just like drove me nuts trying to figure out, how do you work with all these keys? But then Bill Cox said something to me one day. He said, Bob, if you have an 0802, now this is going to ring a bell to some of y'all out there. An 0802 key will open any lock in this building. and it'll open any lock down at the football stadium and to all the dressing rooms. So, and I do have an 0802 key. But then he told me, and by the way, everybody in Ennis has an 0802 key. And I hadn't figured that out yet, but he was telling me the truth. Two other things that I had to learn to live with real quick when we first got here. Floyd Tolson and I took about a month, maybe 2 months, to clean all the pigeons out of the attic of this building when we first got here. Every morning you could see pigeons flying everywhere. I crawled up into that space, and I guarantee you there were a ton of pigeons in this building at one time. And then, of course, another thing, coming from El Paso, where we had a lot of regulations regarding weapons. The first day, I spent going out to the parking lot where everybody came in their pickup truck, and they were coming in from dove season. Everybody had a shotgun up in the back of their truck, and that was okay. This was Ennis, and there was no problem with them having a shotgun. Now, Dr. Chapman, over the years, that's changed, but that was one of the things I went through. Well, with the help of an excellent staff, a great group of teachers, the school board at that time, and a lot of parents that were really interested in it, we were able to get a bond issue passed. And while the new school was being constructed, I'll have to tell you about this. Ivan Goodwin, who was the assistant superintendent, took one of the greatest pictures of this building that I have ever seen, and it was during the Christmas season. Some of you have probably seen it. It's a beautiful picture with the school with all the luminaries. Kay Weathers, who was on the staff, got the members of the student council to outline this building with those luminaries. And that picture, I think, is a beautiful tribute to what this building meant to so many students over the years. And in fact, the class of 1981 used that picture in their annual. So if you ever get a chance to see an 81 annual, look at that picture. Well, in the fall of 1980, the new building was being completed, and it was being completed ahead of schedule. They said it would be through by the midterm. And the rumor got started that we were going to move into that building for the second semester. Well, sure enough, here come the senior officers. And they said, Mr. Taylor, is it true that we're going to move to the new high school building at midterm? And I told them, no, they would be the last graduate. Can you hear? Is it okay? They would be the last graduation class from this particular school building. The next day, the officers of the 1982 class came in to see me. They had heard the same rumor, and they didn't want us to move to the new building at midterm. And I told them that was just a rumor, that they would be the first class to graduate from the new high school. And they were very happy about that. Well, in conclusion, the senior class of 1981 was the last class to graduate from this building. And the class of 1982, and I know there's a lot of you out here, were the first class to graduate from the new building. But folks, that's another story. Thank you.
sir.
I forget. Did you go to this school?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I didn't graduate from here because I went here in 80 and 81.
Did you go to the alternative school?
No. Now, if it had one, I would have been in it. But back then, we had the board, you know.
At this time, please enter the building and let's walk through it. Thank you for coming.
Were you a graduate?
Yes, I graduated in 1937.
37. Still wasn't any different back then.
Well,
A little. Maybe a little.
and the year I graduated, the 5th, 6th, and 7th grades
Really?
were in this building.
Really?
They were over here and around that corner.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it was a high school.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have...
Where was in there?
Right. Didn't have any cell phones ringing back then, though.
No. Like that.
Carry your pigeons.
What was in the San Jacinto Elementary building?
It wasn't here.
It wasn't here?
I went to school in San Jacinto.
Oh, did you?
It was at first, second.
They built in. Not too long after.
They didn't have the David Crockett building.
Yeah.
We had
San Jacinto was over there.
Yeah,
I went to San Jacinto.
so did I.
I did
too. I was San Jacinto.
San Jacinto and then David Crockett.
Yeah. Well, they built David Crockett. They opened David Crockett the fall after she and Dory had graduated. They opened it in 1937.
Yeah.
Dabbled in sports. Never had
Jane.
Yeah. And they sat there and watched
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Good. And the superintendent's office was in there.
Yeah, I went in there a couple of times.
This was the one that we hung out in.
Yeah.
You got to get the football.
Do you know that the Ennis band used to march on Fridays before the games down these halls? The band marched down the halls playing Maroon and White and Aggie and the Aggie song, and the band went up and down the halls playing. Yes, they did. That's right.